Om Parabrahma Samarambham Shri Dattatreya Madhyamam Shri Datta Swami Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Sarva Vishwanyasta-pada-padmayate Vamahastalola-veda-shastrayate Jnana-suryayate Datta-rupayate Shri Venugopala-krishnaya Vandanam Shri Venugopala-krishnaya Vandanam Shri Venugopala-krishnaya Vandanam Guru Datta Shri Datta Prabhu Datta Pahi Mam Vidhi Datta Hari Datta Hara Datta Raksha Mam Pahi Mam Datta Raksha Mam Datta
Parabrahma Samarambham Shri Datta Madhyamam Shri Datta Swami Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Sarva Vishwanyasta-pada Padmayate Vamahastalola Veda Shastrayate Jnana Suryayate Datta Rupayate Shri Venugopala Krishnaya Vandanam Shri Venugopala Krishnaya Vandanam Shri Venugopala Krishnaya Vandanam Guru Datta Shri Datta Prabhu Datta Pahi Mam Vidhi Datta Hari Datta Hara Datta Raksha Mam Pahi Mam Datta Raksha Mam Datta. Swami Namaskaram Swami. Namaste.
Pada Namaskaram Swami. Devotees have sent some questions. I will read those questions, Swami. So the first question is from Mr. Talin Ro. His question is, Hello blessed Lord Datta Swami. Thank you always for your divine knowledge and willingness to help correct us sinners. I was wondering what is meant within Islam that Muhammad is claimed to be the seal of the prophets. Why are so many followers of Islam claiming that there will be no others? At your feet, Talin Ro.
Here, followers of Islam claim that there will be no others. But Muhammad did not say the same thing. He only sealed the syllabus of spiritual knowledge meant for the Islam religion of that time, present in a specific area only. So, suppose the teacher says that the syllabus is over. That does not mean next year the syllabus will not be taught. Next year, some new concepts which were discovered in the science, they may be added to the syllabus. Syllabus may be developed. The syllabus, if today, suppose the syllabus committee says that the syllabus is covered, it does not mean next year some new concepts in that subject will not be added to the syllabus. The syllabus is over does not mean that there will be no further addition of new concepts. It is over in that time, in that region, to that extent. That does not mean no more change in this syllabus, no more new concepts will be added. This syllabus will stay for thousands of years, for lakhs of years, no more edition. No, no, not like that. It was for that time, for that region, for that religion, Mohammed told the syllabus is over. That does not mean the syllabus will not be repeated again with new explanations, and the syllabus may be revised again by adding some new concepts which were discovered in the research. So, it should not be taken in rigid sense. It is correct as far as the statement is concerned to a particular religion, to a particular space, to a particular place, to a particular set of people, the syllabus is over. That's all. Next.
Next set of questions are sent from Dr. Nikhil. Following on his question, the first question is, what did cause a person to undergo extreme suffering due to deadly diseases like cancer, heart disease, etc.?
You see, if the sin is more intensive, the punishment will be more intensive. As per the sin, as per the intensity of the sin, the intensity of the punishment. So here, what needs cause a person to undergo extreme suffering due to deadly diseases? See, if you see Garuda Puranam, there, for which sin, which punishment is prescribed in the constitution, divine constitution, the details are present. Only thing what we can say is, we need not now say the details of the list of the sins and the details of the corresponding punishments. What we can say at present in general, that as per the intensity of the sin, the intensity of the punishment always exists. Next.
Why do some patients get easily cured even from deadly diseases, whereas others reach a state where all treatments fail and all that can go wrong does go wrong?
See, if the soul is reformed, then the punishments can be withdrawn, the intensity of the punishments can be reduced. It depends on, you see, even a sinner jailed, his period of jailing is reduced based on the character and conduct of that imprisoned sinner. So similarly, if the soul is reformed, if the soul is reformed means realizing the sin, repenting about the sin, and not repeating the sin again. Non-repetition of the sin again in future is very, very important step. Based on that, the punishments of that type of sins are already cancelled. In advance they get cancelled. Jnanagni sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute Arjuna, tells Gita. If the Jnanagni realization is converted into Agni, fire, fire means so much repentance and a non-repetition of the sin. That is one thing. Then devotion to God is the main thing. So it depends on the progress of the sinner. And God only does all these amendments. God decides what is to be done today, what is to be done tomorrow. It is all based on the extent of reformation of the sinner undergoing the punishment. Next.
What changes in attitude does God expect from the person who is suffering from a deadly disease and his or her family members?
See, as far as punishments are concerned, punishments are purely related to the sins. And these punishments are also for the reformation of the soul only. Of course, punishment cannot change the soul permanently, but the punishment brings some temporary reformation in the soul. Therefore, as soon as the reformation comes, the punishment ends. Here, your devotion to God has nothing to do with the punishment. See, you may have a lot of respect towards the judge. You may have a lot of respect towards the jailer, but that is a separate issue. The punishment already declared for you, announced for you by the judge will not change, and neither the judge nor the jailer can do anything. Of course, in the case of God, see, in the case of judge, he is a human being. God is beyond. There is nobody to question God. But still, God follows the constitution and the procedure of justice only. He will never break the constitution and punishment. But devotion to judge is different and devotion to God is different. God can make some arrangements and there is nobody to question God. But whatever adjustments may be done by God, but the punishment will not be cancelled by God. If a soul is reformed, the punishment is kept in cold storage. The punishment is not completely eradicated from the file of the soul. Because today the soul may be reformed and after some time the reformation may be disturbed and the soul may again do the sin. So, if the soul is reformed, the punishment is kept in the cold storage. If the reformation is disturbed, it is broken, it is withdrawn, and again if the sin is committed, the punishment that is already given to the sinner, the file will be opened and the punishment will continue. So therefore, God will never cancel the punishment, and if he finds some hope of reformation, he may postpone the punishment to some more time, and for that, after that, if the reformation is not resulting, the punishment must be received by the sinner with the interest for that period. So, when we worship God, when we become devotees to God, people think that God is pleased by our soaping and he cancels the punishment. No, it is not done like that. God can never be soaped. Human beings may be soaped. God can never be soaped because he is omniscient. He only postpones. He postpones the punishment to the next birth or to some more time in the same birth. But we don't know all that mechanism, background mechanism. Therefore, we think that God has cancelled the punishment due to our soaping. due to our praise, due to our prayers. Due to our prayers, he postpones. But the interest is corrected. So therefore, there is no question of cancellation of the sin, the punishment. Kalpakoti shatairapi abhuktam chiyate karma. Unless you undergo the punishment, the deed, the sin will not be exhausted, will not be destroyed. It cannot be cancelled. Only the postponement is misunderstood by us as cancellation. So therefore, wise devotees never pray God for removing the difficulties, which are nothing but the punishments of our sins. If you pray with a lot of devotion, and if God is pleased, He can postpone the punishments along with the increased interest. The interest will be added. So later on, but one thing is there, if you are reformed completely, and if you don't repeat this sin in future, definitely the sin and the punishment, the file will be kept in cold storage permanently, because you are going not to repeat the sin at any time in the future. If you repeat the sin, the file will come out of the cold storage and become active. So people never worship God for the sake of getting, for the sake of the punishments to get cancelled. They only pray, they only worship God due to their attraction to God. That should be the real basis for the prayer, for your devotion. Not aspiring any fruit in return, like cancelling the punishments, etc. Punishment is never cancelled. It is only kept in the cold storage. As long as you don't repeat the sin, it will stay in cold storage. If you are not at all going to repeat the sin, the punishment file will be in the cold storage forever. But it is not cancelled, because we don't know when you will repeat the sin. Most unpredictable. Human being is most unpredictable. And that is why God keeps your file in cold storage only and never destroys the file.
How can young person lead their lives so that they do not have to undergo such extreme suffering at the end of their lives?
See, the only path is to reform yourself and not to repeat the sin again in future. Then there is no suffering. That keeping the file of the punishments in the cold storage is misunderstood by you as the cancellation of sins. Your devotion to God is not linked to cancellation of punishments. It is completely, fundamentally a wrong concept. Only these priests, see, they have to earn something for their livelihood. So they say, you do this worship, your sin will be cancelled. Yes, you do the worship, the sin is postponed. The punishment is postponed with interest. It is never cancelled. So therefore, not to repeat the sin again in future and repent for the past sin, first realization. You must realize that it is sin. Sometimes you may be thinking that the sin is a merit. You don't recognize it as a sin. You do it. So first realization. Realization is Jnana Yoga. Next is repentance. After Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is theoretical devotion. And the third and final step is practice, Karma Yoga. That is not to repeat the sin again in future. But these three things will keep the file of your punishments in the cold storage forever. As long as you don't repeat it, the file will not come outside the cold storage. See, there are certain types of sins. If you don't repeat one type of sin and do another type of sin, that will not, if you are not repeating, suppose you have stolen somebody's money. That is one type of sin. Another type of sin is killing somebody. So if you are not stealing others' money in future, you never repeat that stealing, the punishments related to the type of sins of stealing only are kept in the cold storage. Not all these sins. There are several files. The one file contains one type punishments for one type of sins. Another file contains the punishments of other type of sins. If you are not repeating the first type of sins, the file of punishments of that first type is only kept in the cold storage. The second type of punishments, the second type of sins you are doing, they are active. The punishments will be coming. If you are not repeating any type of sin in the future, all your punishment files go into the cold storage. So that is there. One type of sin means only one file will be kept in the cold storage. One type of sins, if you don't repeat, don't expect that all the punishments of all types of sins are kept in the cold storage. That is another important point. You should not repeat any sin in future, but that is the end. That is the end of all suffering. Devotion has nothing to do. Devotion, of course, devotion has one benefit, that is God postpones the punishments to the future. That only God can do. Now, if you don't repeat all the sins, you are saved by God like this. The punishments are never permanently destroyed. But one thing, one advantage is there. Suppose I don't repeat any type of sin, the punishments of all type of sins are postponed by God and are kept in the cold storage. In this time, till you don't repeat, the file is not coming outside. Meanwhile, suppose you are reformed, then all the punishments will be kept in the cold storage. So today, instead of experiencing the punishment, I pray God, God will postpone the punishment to next birth. And in this birth, before I get next birth, suppose I am reformed, then the sins will not attack me. So that benefit is there. When God postpones these punishments, you have some time to get reformation. So that a permanent reformation, so that the file of the punishments can go into the cold storage forever. Suppose today I experience the punishment, of course that sin is over. But if I pray God, this punishment is postponed, and meanwhile I may be reformed. When I reform myself, the punishment file will go to the cold storage. So I am not undergoing the punishment of this sin with the help of God, because there is some time for me to get reformation. So that advantage is there on worshipping God. But it is not cancelled. That one thing you must remember. How to cancel the sins? Cancelling means again only postponement. Permanent reformation comes only through spiritual knowledge. not by punishment. If a thief is subjected to third degree of torture in the police station, when he comes out of the police station, for some time he will not do the stealing. But after some time, due to the influence of the co-thieves, he will repeat the sin. So the punishment brings only temporary reformation, whereas the spiritual knowledge brings a permanent reformation. Permanent again in the sense that as long as you don't repeat, some better permanent reformation means very long reformation. Or it may be even, the reformation may be even forever. If it is a long reformation, for a long time, you are not enjoying the punishments. If the reformation is forever, you are not going to receive the punishments forever. So therefore, except the path of reformation of the soul, there is no other way to escape the punishment of a sin. The devotion to God only makes God to postpone the punishments, but not to cancel the punishments. There is no question of cancellation of punishments in any way, under any circumstances. The sin, its punishment, is not cancelled. Okay.
Next set of questions are from Srimati Anita Renukuntla. Her question is as follows. Paramapujya Sri 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 Datta Swami Pada Padmalaku na Shatakoti Pranamamulu. Swamiji, Lord Brahma had taken away certain individuals and cows of Lord Krishna from Bhuloka to Brahmaloka. Lord Krishna again created the same individuals and cows on Bhuloka to avoid tension in the family. Actually, Lord Brahma is the creator of all souls. The soul is said to be the eternal, and the eternal object cannot be created again. The soul has birth and death. Do enlighten me and forgive me if these questions were asked previously. How could same souls exist in different lokas simultaneously doing the same activities?
Here, the word Brahma that is used in stealing the cows from earth and keeping in his loka, this Brahma referred here is not that God Brahma, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. This Brahma, the Brahma referred here is called only as Prajapati. Prajapati means the assistant of Brahma, who is doing the routine action duty of Brahma. That is Prajapati. Prajapati is not God Brahma. God Brahma does some creation, and the same thing is to be repeated. As changes occur, same creation is to be repeated. For example, that Prajapati creates new children. And the Prajapati of God Shiva destroys them. The soul born gets death. So, it is not God Brahma, because God Brahma, God Vishnu and God Shiva are one only, that is God Datta, and Krishna is the incarnation of God Datta. So therefore, here God Brahma is not that God Brahma, the original Brahma. It is only the Prajapati, the in charge, the assistant who is doing the same routine work. So therefore, God Brahma is not affected by this story. Next, another point here is the soul is eternal. The soul is not eternal because the soul is created by God. Of course, it can be eternal as long as God wishes. Something like Chiranjeevi. So, the soul is not eternal. The soul is only part of the creation. Soul is called as para prakriti. Para means best. Prakriti means creation. The best part of the creation is soul. It is a part of the creation. The soul is created by God. Soul is not creator. The really eternal, truly eternal is only God. All the rest, including the soul, is only a relative reality. Anytime, if the God wishes, the soul can disappear permanently. Therefore, since the soul is a part of the creation, God created the soul again. It is not the absolute reality. Soul is not absolute reality. It is only relatively real. Relatively real means it does not exist inherently. It exists only due to the, it exists only based on the reality of God gifted by Him to the soul. For example, you take mud and you have created a pot, a circular round shaped pot. This round shaped pot is relative reality because the, it, of course it is also absolutely real because as long as the mud wants, the shape is permanently real. But reality is inherent for mud. Reality is not inherent for the circular shape which is called as pot. It is only relative real. Its reality is based on the absolute reality of mud. Here mud is God, pot is the creation. The shape of the pot is creation. So therefore, soul absolutely unreal. Its reality is only based on the reality of God. The reality of God is gifted to the soul, not only to soul, to this entire world, so that this entire world becomes absolutely real as long as God wishes. Therefore, God can create a duplicate soul, same type of soul, because it is fundamentally unreal. After all, soul is nothing but the inert energy modified into awareness in the functioning nervous system. It is only a modification of, just like matter is the modification of inert energy, soul is also a modification of the inert energy. When we take food, it gets digested, it releases inert energy. This inert energy enters the nervous system and brain and it is converted, it is modified into a specific work form called awareness. It is only creation. Just like light energy, just like sound energy, just like electricity energy, magnetism energy, the soul is, that is awareness, it is also awareness energy. It is called as a nervous energy. It can be repeated, it can be, the duplicate can be created. One sun is there, sun is a form of energy. God can create another sun because this sun, the energy is relatively real. Energy is created by God. Tat tejo asurjata. Energy is created by God. Since it is a part of the creation, it is only a relative reality. Duplicate can be created. Okay. Next.
Next question is, are these parallel universes and which are infinite too?
See, when you say several universes, one universe must have its fixed boundary. So universe is not infinite. Since there are several universes, the boundary of a universe is fixed. It is not infinite. But the number of universes is infinite. And that infinite word is also, is only for the soul, not for God. God, for God, the entire creation containing several universes, this entire creation, its boundary is known to God. Suppose the boundary of all these universes, group of these universes, is not known to God, then God cannot become omniscient. Because the boundary of the total group of universes is not known to God. So that means God is not omniscient. Since God is omniscient, the boundary of the entire creation, creation means a multiple group of universes. The boundary of all this group of universes is known to God. The boundary of all these universes is not known to the soul. Infinite is true in the sense of with reference to the soul. The word infinite stands with reference to the soul. Even though the boundary is existing, the soul is unable to find the boundary. Therefore, the universe, the creation is infinite for the soul, but it is not infinite for God. God knows its boundary. So therefore, there is no question of using the word infinite for the multiple universes with reference to God. Next.
Next question is, what are multiverses? Does life exist here too?
You see, life exists in all the verses as per our Puranas and Vedas. Everywhere the life is existing. The life present in other worlds is not seen by the soul, by this human being, unless God's grace is there. This point is told in Vishnu Purana. Nobody can find life in other worlds by himself. By the grace of God, he can find a life in other worlds. Life is present, but by the wish of God, it is not seen by the human being. Human being can see the life in other worlds with the grace of God. So life is existing. And unless life exists, God cannot get entertainment. See, entertainment, people go for entertainment to see to forests or to hills. What is there? Of course, there are some animals, birds, they give the entertainment. Suppose there is no animal, no bird, no human being, hill is there, forest is there. What type of entertainment comes? God does not relish such a entertainment, seeing the only inert objects without life. So, in the entire creation, life is existing. You are not able, you are not seeing that life by the wish of God, by the maya of God. You can see, provided God blesses you to see those worlds. So, that is the answer. Yes, next.
Next few questions are from Shri Ganesh. So, following are his questions. Pada Namaskaram Swamiji. I have a series of questions with respect to Narayana Upanishad that I have mentioned below. He has quoted a sloka. Manah sarvendriyani cha ham vayur jyotirapah prithvi viswasya dharini. Translation. From that Narayana emerged mind, all the senses, sky, fire, water, and earth. They combined to form the universe. In the above verse, it is mentioned that these things combined to form the universe, but in Taittiriya Upanishad, it is mentioned that space, air, fire, water, earth, plants, food, and then living beings are created sequentially. How to solve the above contradiction?
There is no contradiction because everywhere, first the five elements are created. From the five elements, The last is Prithvi, earth. You see, if you see, Manaha Sarvendriya, Kham. Kham means space. Vayu, air. Jyoti, fire. Apaha, water. Prithvi, earth. Vishwasya Dharini. Everywhere in Taittiriya Upanishad also same things are present. And Manas Sarvendriyanija. From the earth, plants came. Prithivya Voshadhayaha. Voshadhibhyo Annam. From plants, food came. Annat Purushaha. From food, the soul is created. Annat Purushaha. Awareness is created. From the food, that is the inert energy that is liberated from the digestion of food. This is constant everywhere. One Upanishad never contradicts the other. Only 5 elements are only told in that Narayana Upanishad you told. There also only 5 elements are told. See, from the Narayana emerged mind, all the senses, mind, all the senses, you leave to the Purusha. That is the awareness that is created from food. Now next what he mentioned, sky, fire, water and earth. Sky, fire, water, earth and air you missed. Kham Vayuhu. You have missed the air. Sky, air, fire, water and earth. They combine to form the inert universe. And from the earth, plants came. From plants, food came. When the food is digested, awareness came. Awareness is the life. So therefore, everywhere the same concept is present. There cannot be contradiction between Upanishads. Right, next.
Next question is, should we take Lord Narayana in the Upanishad to be Lord Datta and not Lord Vishnu? Because in the Upanishad, it is mentioned that Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva and all living entities are born from Lord Narayana.
See, I have already told several times, from God Datta, God Brahma, God Vishnu and God Shiva came. And God Datta is called as Hiranyagarbha, Narayana and Ishvara. The ability, the power of God Datta to create, from the view of that power, that aspect of creation, the same Hiranyagarbha is becoming God Brahma. And from the view of the ruling or maintenance, Lord Narayana became Lord Vishnu. From the view of destruction of the universe, he is called, same God Datta is called as Ishvara. And from Ishvara, God Shiva came. So all these are just names of different aspects and different actions. There is only one God. The original God is Parabrahman. That is unimaginable God. That unimaginable God made, created first energetic form called Datta, and unimaginable God merged with Datta permanently, forever. So, God Datta and Parabrahman, no difference. Parabrahman is unmediated, unimaginable God. God Datta is mediated, unimaginable God. There is no difference. Mediated because for the vision of the souls, for the sake of souls, for the sake of worship or meditation of the souls. Because unmediated, unimaginable means God can never be even imagined. Unimaginable God cannot be worshipped, cannot be even meditated, cannot be even imagined. So there is only one Parabrahman, one original God who is unimaginable. When he became imaginable, he is called as Datta. Datta means given to the world for the sake of meditation, for the sake of worship. He took the Saguna, Upadhi. That is, see, you need not think that the unimaginable God modified into Datta. the unimaginable God wore some medium so that he can be seen. Unimaginable God is like a naked person. A naked person always sticks in the bathroom. He will never come out. So he is invisible. And when he comes out to be visible to the public, he wears some shirt or pants or some towel or some cloth on his body, and then only becomes visible. So this is a best example to understand the concept. That is why the unimaginable God is called as Digambara, naked, naked God. You can never see Digambara Datta, that is unimaginable God, unmediated God. You cannot even imagine, not question of seeing. That unimaginable God enters some medium and merges with it. Then he becomes the Datta. Datta means given to the world of souls for the sake of meditation or worship or for devotion. So therefore, all these words are simply just they confuse. God Datta, you can imagine only God Datta. You can never imagine unimaginable God or Parabrahman. Leave it. You cannot even imagine. If you take God Datta, that is the original God, given to the world through mediation, through a medium, energetic medium. So, if you take God Datta, you have taken all the gods. We say that there are 3 crores of gods. 3 crores, Mukkoti Devatalu. Actually, these 3 crores, when they elaborated, 33 crores, Trayastrimshat Koti Divishadaha, 33 crore, one God Datta, the unimaginable God, naked Datta or unimaginable God is not seen. That unimaginable God or Parabrahman became God Datta. That God Datta became 3, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. And from Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, 3 crores of gods came. And from 3 crores, 33 crores of gods came. So, what is the starting point? It cannot be unmediated, unimaginable God. Parabrahman cannot be the starting point because unimaginable. Only mediated, unimaginable God. We can start with Datta, mediated. Since he is mediated, since he is seen by us, he has not become imaginable. God Datta performs several miracles. Every miracle is unimaginable to us. So that unimaginable nature has not gone. The same unimaginable God became visualized. He is seen by the souls. So therefore you have to start the spiritual knowledge with God Datta only. He became, and the same God Datta is called as Hiranyagarbha, who became Brahma later on. Same God Datta is called as Narayana, who became God Vishnu. Same God Datta is Ishvara from the point of destruction. That Ishvara became God Shiva. So Hiranyagarbha, Narayana and Ishvara, all these 3 words are only alternative names of God Datta. So therefore, Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, only one, Eko Deva Sarvabhuteshu Gudha, only one God exists. That is God Datta. Datta is not, it does not indicate any religion. It only simply tells, that word tells us that the unimaginable God is given to the world in the form of the energetic incarnation, energetic form, energetic body. So therefore, Only God Datta exists. All incarnations, energetic incarnations or human incarnations, in every incarnation, God Datta is only existing. You need not say separately Parabrahman is existing. Parabrahman is not at all different from God Datta. Because same unimaginable God became mediated for the sake of worship or meditation of souls. So just start with Datta and end with Datta. No confusion. Next.
Next question is Indra God? Is Indra God or is he an angel? Because Indra is considered to be an angel, but in the Upanishad, Indra is said to be Lord Narayana.
Yes. See, suppose your name is Ganesh. Ganesh is the name of God Vinayak also. Is it not? Same word Indra. Indra name is kept for one angel who is the lord of all the angels. That is Indra. But Indra means Idi Aishwarye. The word Indra comes from the root word Idi. Idi means Aishwaryam. Aishwaryam means Ishwarasya Bhavaha Aishwaryam. The controller of the entire creation. Who is the controller? God Datta. So, Indra, the Lord of heaven, the Lord of all angels, is an angel. And Indra originally means the Lord himself, God himself. Narayana is God. Narayana is the name for God Datta. So, when you say that Indra is Swaha, I call for Indra, there it is angel. Tagumhasthe Jernigustaviram Shayanam Indra Upavrajyo Vacha. When Bharadwaja was doing penance, then the Lord came before him. There he used the word Indra. Indra means the controller of the entire creation. Here he is, this angel is the controller of the heaven. Controller of the entire universe is Indra. Controller of heaven is also Indra. See, the president of the entire country is also president. President of the village is also president. So both have the same name, president. But according to context, you have to understand. President came from Delhi on the flight. That is country president. President came from that village. President of the village. President is the common name. Okay.
Next question is the continuation. After that, the Upanishad also says heaven and earth are Lord Narayana. Time is Lord Narayana. Direction is Lord Narayana. How can these inert places be God?
Yes, this I have already told. When you see there is a statement in Veda, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. All this creation is God. Brahma means God. How all the creation can be God? God created this creation. When the creation itself is God, that means God created God. It is meaningless. So here, when I say that this entire world is God, that is called as Tadatmya Prathama Vibhakti. X is Y. That is Tadatmya. When I say this entire world is God, it means Tadasena Prathama. This entire world is under the control of God. See, suppose we write boundaries. East, Ramaya. In document we write. Ramaya means Ramaya is not present in the east of your house. The house of Ramaya is present. The house of Ramaya, which is under the control of Ramaya, is present on the east boundary of your house. Instead of telling the house of Ramaya, I say Ramaya is present on east. Right, East Ramaya, West Subbaya, South Lingaya, North Shivaya. Like that they write. That means the houses owned by those persons are present, not the individuals. So similarly, when all this world is God, it means all this world is under the control of God. There are two meanings, Tadatmya Prathama and Tadasena Prathama. You have to take here Tadasena Prathama. Here it is under the control. X is Y. That means X is actually Y, that is called as Tadatmya Prathama. Another meaning is Y is under the control of X. The second meaning you have to take. If the creation is God, that means God created God. That means he did not create anything. I created myself, I say. I did not create anything. Is it not? So, I created something else which is different from me, and that is under my control. In that context, we can say, I am that. I am that means that is under my control. So, in that second sense, you have to take.
In the next question, he has quoted the following sloka. Yava
Pudhivyau.
cha Narayanaha, Kalascha Narayanaha,
Kalasya Narayanaha. Dishacha Narayanaha.
Shastra Narayanaha,
Yadbhutam Yasya Bhaviyam. Again, same thing, whatever I have told, same thing. Java Prithivyav cha Narayanaha. This earth and sky, both are Narayana. That means earth and sky are under the control of Narayana. Narayana means Datta. Datta means Lord, God. So Kalasya Narayana. Time is God. That means time is under the control of God. Dishasya Narayana. All the directions are God. That means all directions are under the control of God. Then Bhutam Yasya Bhavyam. Whatever past, whatever future, both are God. That means both are under the control of God. Already I have told you this.
Next question are from Srimati Lakshmi Lavanya. Her question is as follows. Namaste Swami. Is it correct to collect money from school students for conducting farewell function?
See, this is a worldly topic. I mainly concentrate on spiritual knowledge, subject about God. These are worldly affairs, worldly matters. If you are collecting the money from students to do some function, something good to the students, you can collect. But you have to take the permission of your head. Without informing head, you cannot collect. Ramdas did the same thing. He collected money to build a temple. But he did not inform to the ruler. He may be a Muslim ruler, but he has to take the permission from him. If he wants to construct a temple, let him construct, let him save from his salary and construct a temple. Then no case on Ramdas. The case came on Ramdas because he did not take the permission of Tanisha, the ruler. From the public he is collecting donations. Okay? Why should you take the permission of the head? You may collect it, you may swallow that amount. 1/10 of it you may spend. 9 parts you may swallow. Isn't that? That is what is the tax is collected from public, and the tax goes as money to government, and ministers and all, they take that money to do some work. They earn a lot. They save a lot. Isn't that? So therefore, there you should take the permission of the head, the competent authority, that is called as competent authority. Yes. Next.
Next question. In our residential school, the food served to students is the worst in quality. Is it their prarabdham, that is bad karma phala of all students?
Yes. Here, the question is like a sword having two edges, front edge and back edge. Because of their prarabdha, because of the punishment for the sins done in the past, they have got this type of worst food. That is also correct. That is one side edge. Another side edge is to do that like that, government is giving sufficient funds and they are giving worst food. Rest money they are swallowing. Because it is their prarabdha, even though I swallow money, it is not a sin. You should not say like that. Because of their prarabdha, they are getting worst food. That is also correct. And since you have swallowed the money, you will be punished by God. Both are correct. If their prarabdha is not there, you cannot swallow that money. When you try to swallow that money, immediately the phone will come from Chief Minister telling, return that, whatever you have swallowed, give to me. I heard recently one Chief Minister, some minister, tried to swallow 300 crores. Yes. 300 crores. She was thinking, some lady, yes, Chief Minister, yes, she was thinking to swallow. Immediately Chief Minister phoned her, send the 300 crores to me. So therefore, both are correct. You cannot take the advantage of that prarabdha. This is prarabdha, that is why they are getting like that. If you are correct and if you are giving good food, their prarabdha they will undergo that prarabdha in some other way. You are giving good food, so no sin for you. But if their prarabdha is there, all of them will get stomach pain, loose motions. They cannot eat anything, only slight food, slight buttermilk and food. Only that they will eat and go. Prarabdha is undergone, but you should not exploit it. Now, why I have saved the money, why I am giving worst food? Because their prarabdha is there. That is why are you God? You are not God. You are not giving the punishment to them. God is giving punishment to them. So that is wrong, completely cheating, exploiting the karma siddhanta. Next.
Next question is, being a school teacher, how to deal with stubborn students? Is beating students a sin?
See, stubborn is not a bad quality. If he is stubborn in doing a bad thing, he should be beaten. If he is stubborn in doing a good thing, which you have not understood as a good thing and misunderstood it as a bad thing, and you are beating him, you are wrong. He is stubborn about a good thing that you have not understood. You are misunderstood it as a bad thing. You are stubborn to do that bad thing, you are beating. Then you will be beaten by God. So before taking, of course you have right to prevent them from bad things. You have to inculcate discipline. It is your duty. But you must, before beating, you must think well that whether the student is correct or you are correct. Even scolding also. Scolding is also a punishment. His mind is pained. So therefore, if he is stubborn in doing a bad thing, to prevent him from that bad thing, you can beat. You are correct. You are appreciated by God. But you must analyze it very carefully. Suppose he is stubborn in doing a good thing, you must encourage him. You must not beat him. Every quality has two sides, good side, bad side. You turn it to good side, any quality, turn it to good side, that is good, merit. You turn it to bad, it may be good quality, but if you turn it bad side, it is a sin. So there is nothing in the quality. The direction of the quality you are turning, that brings merit or sin. You are riding over a horse. If you give the direction to the horse to go to the forest, thieves will beat you. If you give direction to the horse to go to some place where you have friends, you are well honored there. It is based on your direction. The horse is one and the same. No quality is good or bad by itself. Every quality has two sides, two heads. Good head, bad head. Good side, bad side. Turn it any quality to good side, it is a good quality. You turn any quality towards bad side, it is a bad quality. Because this point comes because you may say that why God created bad qualities. We are tempted by those bad qualities. We have done sins, you are enjoying, you are a sadist. That is the argument. God has created all qualities with their good sides, in the direction of good sides only. God never created any bad quality because there is no quality is bad completely. It depends on beating, for example. Beating is a bad quality, we think. But beating a student, preventing him from doing bad things, it is good side. But if you beat a good person unnecessarily with some vengeance, it is bad. Same quality beating, it is bad and good. A soldier kills a soldier in the war. Killing is good. You have saved the country. You are killing a good person for some vengeance. That is bad. So every quality has both good and bad sides. And it is bad if you are using it towards a bad direction. It is good if you are turning it to good side, good direction.
Next question.
Mm.
Does reciprocating affection to students make me fall in the spiritual path? Thank you, Swami.
Reciprocating affection to students make me fall in the spiritual path. See, reciprocating affection, whether you are reciprocating it from your heart or from your tip of tongue, that is the difference. If you are reciprocating the affection from your heart, that is not correct. Heart is meant only for God. Tongue is meant for souls. You speak anything. He has spoken something. You also don't know whether he has expressed a love from his heart or from the tip of the tongue. You also don't know. Huh? So you can reciprocate from your tongue, and the other fellow does not know that you are reciprocating from heart. He feels happy. The purpose is over. For that you did not reciprocate from heart. Anyway, he will think that you are reciprocating from heart only. Whether you reciprocate from heart or from the tip of the tongue, he feels that you are reciprocating only from tongue, from heart. The purpose is served. The issue is over. Why should you unnecessarily reciprocate from your heart? and waste your heart in wrong direction. Use it for good direction. That is towards God. Okay?
Next questions are from Miss Swati. Pada Namaskaram Swami, Trailokya Gita, chapter 5, verse 11. After creating this world, human beings called souls with materialized bodies are created along with other living beings. When the world is created, all the souls are created at the same time. Why do we have an increase in human population now? At the time of creation, based on what difference some souls were created as humans and some as other living beings?
One thing, whenever you put question, you must always think whether the answer for this question will help my spiritual side or not. When you are concentrating on Shankara, you concentrate on the bhashya or the commentary written by him, which speaks about God. That will help you. Questions like whether Shankara is born in the border of Kerala and Tamil Nadu, or whether Shankara is born in Kerala, on which day he is born, whether his birth star is Shravana or Rohini, or is it Vaishakha Masa or Jyeshtha Masa. How does these things help? He has written something about God. Read it and concentrate on that. So, whether human beings were created in the beginning of the creation, or the animals were created by evolution, human beings emerged, this does not help our spiritual effort in any way. Anyway, they are created. Whether X is before Y or Y is X, how it is going to help you? Is it not? So, such questions come to, you see, why he is doing research on the birthday of Shankara or birthplace of Shankara? Because he is not interested in the commentary written by Shankara. It is inconvenient. This all world is mithya. Only Brahma Satyam. God alone is real. So concentrate on God only. This is inconvenient. I am doing research on Shankara. Shankara means on the commentary of Shankara. Not doing research on the birth date of Shankara and birth month of Shankara and birthplace of Shankara. Who does that research? He who is not interested in the commentary of Shankara. He who is unable to follow the commentary of Shankara. So here, this is a similar question. Put questions so that in such a way that the answer is really helping your spiritual progress. Then you are benefited. So you are unable to follow the actual path, and you are unnecessarily concentrating on unnecessary things. లేదంటారు మింగలేక మంగళవారం అని. So it is not useful in the spiritual progress. Anyway, are created along with other living beings. When the world is created, all the souls are created at the same time. Anyway, in the evolution, we say that first birds, animals came, then from animals, slowly the human being came. In Purusha Suktam, which is the process of creation of God, there first animals were created. He also tells the same. Then later on, at the end, he mentions about human beings. That is there because that also correlates with the sequence of creation, that is Annat Purusha. There in that it is told inert things are first created, then awareness came later on. Now in the awareness, whether animals, birds came first or human beings came first, that is not clear there. But in Purusha Suktam, Gavo Hajigre, Asmat, Asmat, Jada, all these things, he tells, he gives first place to animals and birds, then only Brahmanos, Mahamasid, Bahu, Rajanya, Purha. These human beings came next. But anyway, this answer will not help us in developing our devotion to God. It is only just Mingaleka Bangalaram. That's all. You are unable to follow the commentary of Shankara. That is why, but you want to get name from the world. Oh, he is a great scholar of Shankara, Shankara's philosophy. How? Shankara is born in the border of Tamil Nadu and Kerala, not proper Kerala. He is not born on Wednesday, he is born on Thursday. How deeply he has studied about Shankara? Oh, very good scholar about Shankara's philosophy. It is like that. Okay.
Next question is, Swami, I have a question. Should we do Karma Yoga only to contemporary human incarnation? If so, then other religions don't have contemporary human incarnation. Then how do they get salvation without doing Karma Yoga to the contemporary human incarnation? Kindly excuse me if there is any wrong in the question. At your divine notice.
Okay. I told this recently in this YouTube, a Telugu channel, it came. On video it came. What I answered a question. That is, I told there are two addresses for God. One is human incarnation and another is devotee. And I also told in that video that God is more pleased if you serve the devotee than himself. I told you have gone along with your small son to a function. If they give sweet to you, you are pleased. But if they give sweet to your son, you are more pleased. That video is there. So, human incarnation and devotee. Of course, human incarnation is human incarnation. That is direct worship to God. But God is more pleased if his devotee is worshipped. If you are identifying the human incarnation, it is okay. It is a direct worship. It becomes a sakshat upasana. If you are unable to identify because your religion doesn't allow the human incarnation, okay, devotee is there. You can worship devotees. He is more pleased. Tanmaya hite, that Narada Bhakti Sutram is there. He lives in devotees. So, if you worship a devotee, God is more pleased than worshipping him. But worship some item which has awareness, life. Don't worship statues. You can worship statues because they are mentioned. Prima Hyalpa Buddhina. For the beginners, statues are necessary. To improve your theoretical devotion, you can worship statue. But the practical worship cannot be enjoyed by the statue. I saw one devotee worshipping God Hanuman in a village called Ipuru near Vinukonda. Ipuru, Veerabhadra Swami temple. In that temple, Hanuman is also there. One devotee brought payasam to give to Hanuman. And she has taken so much payasam and rubbed on the mouth of the statue. Even if it is ready, ants will come and eat. In way, awareness is only enjoying. Is it not? So therefore, don't waste food like that. Suppose ants do not come. That gets rotten and it is spoiled. Food is spoiled. You have wasted the food. Okay, statue in statue worship, you do bath so that it becomes clean. You put flowers on the statue so that it will give good appearance, will attract our mind. Statue worship is not wrong. If you are limited to certain upacharas only, there are shodasha upacharas, avahanam and argyam, padyam, madhuparkam, all these things, flowers, then naivedyam. So that nivedana, giving some food prepared to God, it is better to give the human incarnation. If the human incarnation is not available, or your religion does not permit human incarnation, at least treat the human incarnation as a devotee and you worship devotees. God is more pleased because you have worshipped devotees. And in those devotees, human incarnation also may exist. Then everything is done, is it not? So, worshipping the devotee is, in that video I told, worshipping devotee is better than worshipping human incarnation. Because human incarnation does not require your service. Only to please, to satisfy you, to give you happiness that you have served the human incarnation. That is why he is accepting that service, to give you satisfaction. But if you worship devotees, they may be really hungry, they may really need, because they are human beings only, souls only. So they get a real satisfaction. And God is also pleased. So devotees, worshipping devotees is the best worship. You help them. If suppose they are suffering with some financial, you help them. You give some food, give some clothes to them. So worshipping devotees is a very important aspect. It is equal to it, or in fact, it is even more than worshipping God.
Next questions are from Shri Sati Reddy. His questions are as follows. Pada Namaskaram Swamiji. Swamiji, in Sankatamochana Hanuman Stotram, 5 faces of Swami Hanuman told like Vanara, Simha, Garuda, Varaha, Aya, Hayanana.
Hayanana, H is gone.
So, what is the inner spiritual meaning of these faces represent? Please, Swamiji, teach to this beggar Sati Reddy if any incorrections are there in the question itself, Swamiji.
See, every form of God represents a particular quality. In fact, all the divine qualities of God became these incarnations. Hanuman stands for courage, braveness, like that. Saraswati for knowledge. Hmm? So, like that, God, a form of God, the form of God represents a, a particular divine quality. So, these 5 faces of Hanuman, they are representing lion, monkey first, then lion, Vande, Vanara, Narasimha, Khagarat, that is Garuda, eagle, and Garuda, Khagarat, Kuroda, pig, Haya, horse. All these 5 faces are the faces of animals only, not human face. Hanuman himself, his face is not human face. The background of all these animal faces, God having animal face, the general background is very important. You see, face represents somewhat beauty, is it not? You see, Hanuman, if you take the monkey face, the face of monkey is very famous for the opposite of beauty. He is like a monkey, his face is like monkey face, like that. But when Valmiki wrote, referred to Hanuman, that Kanda is called a Sundara Kanda. Hanuman is said to be the most beautiful. He never said, Rama's part he never said as Sundara Kanda. Rama's portion, Balakanda, Ayodhya Kanda, Aranya Kanda, Yuddha Kanda, like this. But when Hanuman came, he mentioned Sundara Kanda. In fact, Rama is very beautiful, physically. Sam Mohana Rupaya, Ramachandraya Mangala. So such a beautiful Rama, he never gave this Sundarakanda to him. He gave the name Sundarakanda to Hanuman, whose face is not at all beautiful. Is it not? So here you have to understand that the real beauty is the internal beauty, the beauty of qualities, good qualities. Hanuman is famous for good qualities. So that is the internal beauty. Give always importance to the internal beauty and not to the external beauty. Even while searching for a life partner in the marriages, you must give more importance to the internal beauty. In fact, there is a shloka also, Bharya Rupavati Shatruhu. Wife should not be beautiful. If she is beautiful, she becomes your enemy. Because suppose you are not beautiful, she will go with somebody else. She becomes your enemy. If she is not beautiful, then she will be Pativrata. she will be. That is what everybody wants, you know. Everybody wants that. That is why Bharya Rupavati Shatruhu. Go Telugu also there is one saying, Illu Irakatam, Ali Marakatam. Wife should be like monkey and the house should be small. House should be small so that you can sweep several times and the house is always clean. Ali Marakatam. Wife should not be beautiful. If she is beautiful, somebody will put his eye on her. So Ali Marakatam, Illu Irakatam. All these are, see, all these support our concept. Physical beauty is not important because in old age physical beauty disappears. It is only very temporary. And suppose some accident happens, physical beauty goes. And from birth to birth, physical beauty will not accompany. Only these qualities, samskaras, they accompany from birth to birth. So the internal beauty is permanent. The external beauty is temporary. It will not stay permanent even in single life, human life. In old age that beauty is disappearing. By some accident beauty is disappearing. But if you say take the internal beauty, it is permanent forever, from birth to birth. These qualities are coming. Now here, so qualities are better than physical beauty. Let us say physical beauty is good looking we say. Better than physical beauty, better. See, good, better, best. Good is physical beauty. We say good looking. Better is for internal beauty, good qualities, which are permanent from birth to birth. And the good qualities Then the third word is there, best. What is the best? Best is devotion to God. You may have all good qualities, but if there is no devotion to God, all are waste. All are useless. So physical beauty is good, internal beauty of qualities is better, and best is devotion. If you take Hanuman, in the entire Sundarakanda, he is having best beauty because he is serving God. His devotion is there. When Sita is not found, he wanted to commit suicide. See his devotion. So it is the best beauty, not other good qualities. Other good qualities which are related to the world to help human beings with your good qualities. And when you go after death to the upper place, Swami, I have served human beings. Okay, you get help from human beings. You go back. Why should I come? You worship human beings and you want me to help you? See that Bharata, Jadabharata Upakhyanam, story of Jadabharata. He saved the baby of a deer and he developed a lot of love on that bear. So that he forgot everything. All spiritual hazards is lost. He was always serving that deer. In the next birth he was born as a deer. To be born as a deer, should he forget God and love the deer so much? So, helping the human beings also is not correct. Help good human beings. This is also paropakara punyaya. If you help others, it is good. No, suppose that fellow is a bad fellow, you will get sin. Bhishma and Drona were punished because they helped Kauravas. Paropakara punyaya. Para means good. The word para has another meaning. Paraha sreshtaha. Para means other, a good person, good. A good human being. Paropakara punyaya papaya parapedanam. There also don't harm a good person. Paraha sreshtaha. Like that you can take. Paropakara punyaya means help anybody who appears help. So that can bring merit or sin also. Is it not? So a quality can be called as a good quality provided you help a good person. If you help a bad person, that is sin. So devotion to God is very, very important because He created this entire world. He has done so many, He saved you in so many instances. So forgetting God, if you are loving the humanity, first if you are a politician, you must love humanity. Then only votes will come. Hmm?
Next question. Swamiji, Mahatma Gandhi read both Bhagavad Gita and Bible, but he followed the Bible. Is it wrong to follow non-violence in politics because he was killed by Godse? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told Arjuna to fight. Even a few freedom fighters followed violence to get freedom and were killed by the British. Which way is correct, Swamiji? Please, Swamiji, teach to this beggar Sati Reddy
Okay.
if any interactions are there.
See, Bhagavad Gita and Bible both are one and the same as far as the contents are concerned. The scripture of any religion is stressing only on three aspects: God, heaven, and hell. Heaven and hell constitute pravrutti. God stands for nivrutti. This is a common basis in every religion except atheism. So therefore, whether he read Bhagavad Gita or whether he read Bible, it doesn't matter. Because he was killed by Godse. Why he was killed by Godse? Because he read Bible and not Bhagavad Gita, that is why he was killed by Godse. That you should not take. He was killed by Godse because one day in his ashrama, a cow was suffering to deliver the calf and is unable to see its pain. Gandhi ordered to shoot the cow and kill. That fruit has come through Godse. So, say Karapatra Swami is also cursed Indra Gandhi. She promised him that she will bring Govadha, restriction to cow slaughter. Then he blessed her, she became Prime Minister, and he went and reminded so many times. But she did not do that, and so many people who participated in this Govadha, this Nishedha, they were killed by police. Several human beings were killed, sadhus, saints were killed. And that day was Gokulashtami. And Karpatra Swami gave curse then. You and your family will get the same punishment as you have killed cows. You are not restricting. So you will suffer same punishment. So similarly, she met an accident. Her elder son Rajiv Gandhi met with an accident. Sanjeev Gandhi, plane crash. The entire family got that curse. And Karapatra Swami is a very wonderful, the greatest saint. So, like that, freedom fighters. Okay, freedom fighters, it is good thing. They fought against injustice. Injustice should be always opposed. That is a good thing. So, okay, next.
Next question is,
In,
in present generation, how can we implement Gandhiji way in politics or in society in every incident and aspect of life, Swamiji? And few people are telling Gandhiji way won't work in politics and in freedom movement. Please, Swamiji, teach.
see, from Gandhiji, you have to learn the basic thing is that he was always a devotee of God Rama. Even at the end, his last words were Hey Ram while dying. So, therefore, you can learn the devotion part of Gandhiji. And he also was following universal spirituality, that is, Ishwara Allah Tere Naam. So, that also it is a good aspect. And as far as pravritti is concerned, he fought for the freedom of the country. British people were doing injustice and fighting against the British people and getting freedom for our country. That is also a very excellent thing in pravritti. So therefore, you can follow Gandhiji in both pravritti and nivritti. It is good. His ahimsa vada will not work in the present politics. That is correct. As I told you, A bad man should be punished. See, even Rama, who is the embodiment of peace and justice, he was mentioned by Valmiki, he was described by Valmiki as Sthana Krodha Prahartacha. Where in the proper place he also got anger. He also gave punishment. He did violence. He killed Ravana because he is a bad fellow. So violence should be shown on bad fellows. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam. Helping everybody, not hurting anybody, that is not correct. It is foolishness. But Gandhi followed that way because he knows that he cannot fight with British people. They have got rifles and all those things. They are not with Indians. They have got lot of military force. So through that path you cannot win them, and there is no guarantee that victory will come in that path. So he tried to kindle the point of love in them, non-violence. You beat us, you kill us. We will not harm you. We will not retort. We will not follow violent methods. So he was intelligent in selecting the non-violence path in the case of the British people. In that context, he is intelligent and his path was correct. But suppose your small children are doing havoc. I should follow the non-violence philosophy of Gandhiji. I should not beat them. I should not scold them. Your own children are going to be spoiled. The context is different. So you should not apply that in the case of British government, which is very powerful. When somebody is powerful physically, you should try to kindle the mental quality of kindness and love in him. Then only you can win. If you follow the physical, you will be defeated definitely. Why should I select a path which is sure to be defeated? So he was very clever. He calculated. In this context, this is not the policy. This is the policy. But don't take that policy in every context of your life. Different context will come. A small child is doing wrong things. You can control. You need not follow non-violence. In his case, the context is different. And you can follow Gandhi's philosophy, that path, in the case of a person who is stronger than you. If you follow the path of violence, in the case of a person who is 100 times more strong than you, will it work? It is foolishness. You must have some plan. Which policy should be adopted in which context? Is it not? Some dog is coming to bite you. You are stronger than dog. You have a stick also in the hand. You beat it. No, non-violence. It will come and bite. If he is, suppose some lion is coming. If he is a lion, then will you fight with it? It will finish you quickly. So context to context policy shall change. So what Gandhi adopted non-violence policy, in that context it is correct. Though don't apply that in every context. If the enemy is very, very strong, then don't apply violence. You will be killed, you will be beaten. Try to kindle his heart. by following non-violence way, he tried to kindle kindness in the hearts of the British people. Of course, because they are also religious people. They read Bible. They give a lot of importance to love from God Jesus. Is it not? So these people are very strong physically. Path of violence fails. Path of love and kindness only we can win. So he is very much correct. His planning is very perfectly correct. But that same policy need not be present in every case. Because Rama killed Ravana. Rama killed several demons. He followed the path of violence. Okay, next.
Ji, I had heard that people who destroyed the temple and idols of gods not only destroyed them, but also their families will be destroyed. Is it true, Swamiji, and why? Please, Swamiji, teach.
I heard that people who destroy temples and idols of God not only destroy them but also their families will be destroyed. Is it true, Swami, and why? We don't know whether it is true or false. It is history. There are so many histories were created also. So that we cannot answer that part. Then those who destroyed temples and idols destroyed their families. That also we don't know. Those who did not destroy temples and idols also destroyed some families. That also is there. Those who destroyed temples and idols did not destroy their families. That is also there. So all probabilities are there. If you take a particular context, incident, and then ask, I can reply. General, some destroyed like this, some destroyed. We don't know. You see, you have to say good or bad based on the sharp analysis of the actual incident. It should be actual, it should be perfectly, it should have happened. Then you analyze with a sharp analysis. Rama killed Ravana. Is it justified or not? Then that we can analyze. Somebody did like this, somebody did like this, somebody did like that. We don't know whether he has done or not. Several created stories also exist. So particular specific incident must be mentioned. Next.
Swamiji, Mohammad, who is Lord Datta, family members were killed after Muhammad left the body. And in this aspect, Lord Krishna also, his sons were fought between themselves and were killed. What is the reason for this and how should we correlate these two aspects?
Muhammad's family members were killed after Muhammad left the body. See, somebody is killed is based on that individual's actions, deeds. It is Kakatali Kanyaya. The crow falls on the palm tree and the fruit falls. That has nothing to do with this. So as per the deeds, the fruits will be there. So therefore, you need not connect the killing of the family of Muhammad to Muhammad and killing of the Yadavas to Krishna. Yadavas, they tried to mock the sages. The sages gave the curse. Already sages curse was there. So therefore, even if a curse is there, unless your bad fruit of your bad action is present, you will not be harmed. Even 100 curses will not affect you if there is no punishment for your sin. Nothing will happen. Even if somebody gives blessings, if you have bad fruit, you will be punished. So, in that case, Krishna is not linked with the destruction of his family members. Muhammad is not linked with the destruction of his family members. They are separate.
Next question are from Shri Divakar Rao. His question is as follows. Pada Namaskaram Swami, please clarify my question as mentioned below. Is there any spiritual significance behind Sati Sumathi's extreme devotion towards her husband?
You see, Sati Sumathi stopped even the rise of sun to protect the husband from the curse of a sage. And you know, she was carrying on her husband on her shoulders, and she was carrying her husband to the house of a prostitute, and her husband was interested in that prostitute, and this wife is carrying her husband on her shoulders. See, in those days, in the ancient days, husband is recommended as the god, Pativrata, Pati Daivam. So, she followed that concept and did everything. She and her husband was also not a good person. He was a bad person. So, here the story, you see, in our Puranas, some stories were created by some people also. They were inserted in the Puranas. Perhaps that fellow who inserted this story in the Purana, he wanted his wife to worship him as God. And he is so extreme that not only me, every husband shall be worshipping as God. Some foolish things. That is why they create such stories and insert into the Puranas. That is why Purana is not an authority. Veda is the authority. If something is recommended by the Purana, Smriti, that is called a Smriti, and not recommended by Veda, Smriti has no authority. Shruti Smriti Virodhetu Shrutreva Gariyase. If it is in Veda, it is authority. This story of Sumati is not in Vedas. It is only in Puranas. And in Puranas there are so many prakshepas, insertions. And everybody according to his fancies, whims and fancies, he created a story, maybe the experience of his personal life. They have made lot of insertions. You know, Mahabharatam, written by sage Vyasa, was only 7,000 verses, shlokas. After insertions, Mahabharata today is 1,25,000. So Smriti has no independent authority. Only Veda has independent authority. Shruti says that Striyas Sateh Pugum Sahu, the so-called men are also women. And all the souls are wives of God. Not only women, but also Striyaha Satihi Pumsa. Tahu Ahu. Arunam. In Arunam it is there. So, in the context of this Shruti, Where is this story? This story clearly is, we can easily understand that it is a created story by a male person who wants to suppress females. That's not. Because there is no male in the souls. That is what Veda says. Striyaha satihi pumsaha. Pumsaha means males, or striyaha, they are women, and also satihi, they are wives of God. Bharya. Bharya means who is maintained. Bharta means who maintains. All the souls are maintained by God. So he is the Bharta of all souls. And all souls are maintained by God. All are Bharyas, wives. So that is why Shruti Smriti Viroshetu, if there is a contradiction between Veda and Puranam, Shrutreva Gariyasi, Veda is correct, not Smrti. Shruterivardham Smrti Ranvagachat. Smrti must follow Shruti. So this gender, Shruti never supports caste. Shruti never supports gender. Shruti never supports religion. Shruti never supports region. So therefore, it only supports the merit, the qualities, the value. Ravana is a Brahmana. Rama is a Kshatriya. And the Brahmana is made as villain, demon. And the non-Brahmin is made as hero, divine hero, Rama. So therefore, we shall do sharp analysis and find what is true and what is wrong. We should not depend on the books or persons, except Veda. In Veda, never there is a thing wrong. Everything, you see, in Veda, animal is killed. Veda recommends the killing of animal. So we can, non-vegetarians, they say, yes, we can kill animals and eat. Veda also they kill the animals and they give that flesh as prasadam, yajna prasadam, yajna system. So, but there Veda says, Pashu is not the animal to be killed. Manyuh Pashuhu, your foolishness is the animal, that should be killed. Kama Ajam, it is not the ghee that is to be burned in the fire. It is your desires to be burned in the fire. Your desire is the ghee. So, in Veda, there is nothing wrong. Nothing wrong is mentioned in Veda. Everything is perfectly analyzed because it is written by God. And God, He is beyond logic. It does not mean He will tell illogical things. You cannot find Him, He is beyond logic. That does not mean He doesn't support logic. And whatever He speaks is illogical. He is beyond logic does not mean that whatever He speaks is illogical. Whatever He speaks is very much logical. He himself, to find out the real nature, the real essence of God, that is, it is beyond logic. So therefore, always it is better to follow the Veda and follow the perfect logic, scientific logic. And Veda always tells, the sayings of Veda are always supported by perfect logic. So Veda can be Pramanam. Not these stories of Puranas. One day, once Tatagaru's wife Bhavani, she was asking, Vishnu Puranam TV serial came. She was asking, why Vishnu said like that to Swami? He told like this. As far as my knowledge goes, in Vishnu Puranam, such things are not there. He never told. No. Vishnu Puranam played in the TV. There, God Vishnu told like that. Tomorrow, that video creator of that Vishnu Puranam, he may be belonging to BJP party, and God, he will say, make God Vishnu to say, if you vote for this Kamalam lotus, I will give you salvation. Since he told in the TV, will it become authority? Even in Vishnu Puranam, he said, we won't consider it as authority because it is a Puranam. Even Vishnu Puranam has no place for authority. And you are telling the Vishnu Puranam in the TV as the authority. What can we do? Huh? See the fate of God Datta. Huh? So, even Puranams should not be believed without logic. But you can believe Veda even without logic, because in Veda there is nothing which is opposed by logic. It's always logical. Logical conclusions are present in Veda. So Veda is the best authority, the only authority, and not the Puranams. And not at all Puranams shown in TV. Next.
Next question is this true, Swami, that your skin color was blue in the Lord Krishna incarnation? If it is so, is there any spiritual significance and how it is possible actually? Regards, your servant, Divakar Rao.
You see, here one word is Sanskrit, in Sanskrit, Nilima, Neela. Neela means blue. Nilima, Chandra Nilima. The black spot present in the moon, it is called as Neela. Nylium means black, not blue. There is no person who is blue in color. Either white or red or black. So, it is not, the word Neela stands for black, not for blue. Balambuda Shyamalaha. Very tender cloud. Tender cloud is slightly black in color. So, this blue is a misunderstanding for the word Neela. Neela can be taken for blue, but Nilima. Nilima, Neela. Neela means it is an alternate word for Kala or Krishna. Nobody is in pink blue color. Nobody, I think, in the world, you can't find anybody. So therefore, that light black color is in fact a very attractive color. So, and God also has other colors. Brahma is red in color. Shiva is white in color. So therefore, these are all, see, they represent the qualities actually. Sattvam is white. Rajas is red. And Tamas is black. So, these colors have no much, just now we told physical beauty is not to be considered. The internal beauty is better, and in the internal beauty also devotion to God is the best. So next.
Next questions are from Ms. Suganya Raman. Pada Namaskaram Swamiji. Dear Swami, my doubt is regarding corruption. I want to know, is bribing small to avoid a bigger bribe accepted? Let me elaborate the situation, Swami. One of the principal of the college was ready to pay an amount and bring in lecturers to the college just for 1 day of inspection done for NAS. Because if the count of lecturers or professors is not met, then first either the board would cancel certain number of new seats to college. This can be a loss for the college as new seats means new donations are lost, or the college has to pay a hefty amount to the board members to get the papers cleared and signed, which is a way of bribing. In both ways, both parties are wanting to make profit because through first means, when college loses the number of seats, then automatically the capitation received from the new seats are also lost. When I asked about why the college cannot meet the requirement criteria, it was told that most times the adherence criteria are unrealistic and not updated for a long time. Also, a small deviation is accepted. Given that situation, is bringing in lecturers by paying something to them and falsely showing reports where the future seats donation go for college upliftment acceptable than paying to the officials which only that official alone enjoys. Kindly excuse me if my question isn't right. Always wanting to live at your lotus feet, your servant Suganya Ram.
See, after all, right is right and wrong is wrong. Justice is justice and injustice is injustice. And wrong is always unjust. And injustice will be always punished by God, and justice will be always supported by God. So, if some sin is happening at the level of the management, or at the level of the board members, or at the level of these staff members who attend the college for that 1 day by accepting some amount, see, in all these cases, white is white, black is black. At least for God, in the view of God, He will certainly punish the injustice and He will certainly support the justice. He likes justice and dislikes injustice. If you are a devotee of God, generally the devotee also follows justice and objects injustice because the likes of God should be the likes of devotees and the dislikes of God shall be the dislikes of the devotees. Then only God will be pleased. So, anyway, whether the board member, the inspection committee visiting, whether those committee members take the bribe or management gives bribe to some lecturers and bring them temporarily for 1 day, wherever the injustice lies, it is punished by God. There is no doubt in it. So therefore, there it is happening, here this is happening, there it is happening. Why all these things? Whatever happens, it has its fruit. If the justice happens, there will be good fruit. If injustice happens, there will be a bad fruit. That is the end of all these incidents. Of course, if the justice and injustice are decided by the court or by some human agency, then that agency may be also bribed. But God cannot be bribed. The fruit will come. Kalpakoti shatairapi. It may take long time, but you have to pay with interest. That is why scholars always ask God to give the punishments as early as possible, so that interest will not be added. At least they can save the interest. So, after all, the basic rule is maintained by God. That is the answer.
Next questions are from Miss Lakshmi Trilokya. Her question is as follows. Pada Namaskaram Swami, you said in Datta Vedam that difficulties come to us by your grace and happiness comes to us by your anger. But the devotees in your divine service are leading a very happy and peaceful life with minimum worldly tension. Does this mean that you are angry on your devotees?
You told that they are leading a happy life. Happy life in which terms? They got lot of money. They got lot of money. When they get lot of money, the pride will come, ego will come. He will do sins. He will be punished. So your terminology, the sense of your words is causing the whole problem. You are telling he is your devotee. He has a lot of money. He got lot of money. That in fact is going to harm him. It is not due to my blessings, my grace on them. It is because of my anger on them. See, once when Rama is ruling, he made a bell to hang. If any injustice happens, you come and ring the bell. Rama will come down and inquire. One sannyasi bet the dog with his stick, and the dog came and rang the bell. Rang the bell. Rama came down. That sannyasi saint has beaten me with his stick. Then Rama told, what punishment I should give to this saint, you yourself tell. Then dog told, you make him a trustee of a temple. Rama was confused. What is this? Oh Rama, in the last birth I was trustee of a temple and I did a lot of work. I never touched even one paisa of God. I was so careful. But somewhere one paisa might have been touched. I got this dog's birth. If this such an indisciplined fellow is made as trustee, he will commit so many sins and he will continuously be punished, birth to birth. So make him a trustee of the temple. Huh? So therefore, this use of terminology and is very important. It everywhere, even every word shall be perfectly analyzed to find out the truth. See, when we understand the Vedic sentences, every word the commentator will take lot of care about every word, single word, in deciding the right meaning. So, grammar, scholastic depth in grammar is very much essential. All Shastras are to be read to understand the philosophy. So, everywhere a very careful analysis is needed. Then only you will understand the truth. So, in Datta Veda it is told, if I am pleased with somebody, I will give him difficulties. See, difficulties, materialistic difficulties are always far, far better than materialistic happiness. Materialistic happiness, when it comes, you will lose attention. You will become careless. You will not remember God. You will get a lot of ego. to commit so many sins. If you are in difficulties, you are always alert, you are always active, you are very careful, and you always pray God. When you are in happiness, you get ego, you forget God. And when you are in difficulties, you always pray God. At least you do to the pressure of those difficulties. So therefore, if you want to rise spiritually, you must pray God for difficulties. If you want to get this temporary happiness in the materialism, pray God for happiness in the world, materialistic world. Kunti also asked, you know that story. Krishna asked her to select a boon, to ask for a boon. Then Kunti told that so far we led our lives in difficulties only. Today, war is over. Dharmaraja is made king. All our difficulties ended. And all these days I was constantly praying you because of the difficulties. Now all difficulties are ended and you have given happiness. Now I will forget God. I will not pray. So therefore, O God Krishna, if you are pleased with me, if you are gracing me, you always give me difficulties. Vipadas santu nashashvat. Give me always difficulties. I have come almost to the end of the life. Throughout the life I prayed God. Now if you give happiness, I will leave God. Very unlucky I will be. So therefore, you please give difficulties forever. She prayed the Lord like that. And in fact, I also tell my personal story to you. In Guntur, when I was staying, I became professor and I was getting good money and everything was happy. There is no difficulty. Then I got bored with happiness. Actually, see, if you always eat sweets, you will crave for hot dishes. So therefore, I did Mahanyasa Rudrabhishekam one day. Mahanyasa Rudrabhishekam is worship of God Shiva. Generally, everybody does it for Aishwarya, for wealth, for happiness. So I did that Mahanyasa Rudrabhisheka and I made Sankalpa. For every worship there is Sankalpa. I told why I am doing this Abhisheka, Mahanyasa Purvaka Rudrabhisheka. Ashtakashta Praptyartham. I want to get all types of difficulties. Purna Daridra Siddhyartham. I want to get extreme poverty. Tadvara, by that, Jnana Vairagya Bhakti Siddhyartham. I will improve my knowledge. I will improve my devotion. For that sake, I am performing this Rudrabhisheka. I made this Sankalpa. Then my wife, she studied Sanskrit, Kumari. She knows Sanskrit. She is Vidya Pravida. She heard my Sankalpa and was said, what is this? Then I told, who asked you to hear? And I had a vision of God Shiva. And whenever we do Abhisheka, God Shiva, we visualize at least in the mind. I got actual vision of Shiva. And everybody is continuously making that Sankalpa, Aishwarya Siddhyartham. Sarva Saukhya Praptyartham, Sarva Vijayartham, like that. So hearing the same, somebody is doing Rudrabhisheka means that must have been his aim. He easily knows. That is why he doesn't hear that. He got bored. He sits in the meditation state. When I told this Sankalpa, he was suddenly jerked. He opened eyes and he was looking at me very amazing. What is this, you fellow? For the first time I have come across. Sir, nobody asked me like this. He was tilted. He was shocked. And with a lot of surprise and shock, he was viewing me. Then I told immediately, I know within a month, that night, the Shani appeared before me. You asked Sthana, Kurvanti Prana Sandeham, Sthana Bhravshan Dhanakshayam. Either attack your life, or move you from one place to other place, or remove your money, give poverty. These three are there. I have to do God ordered him to give my boon. I have to do three things, but I have lot of respect for you. Out of these three, I will do two. One I will not do. I will do exemption. That power is with me. He told. I told him, you do Sthanabhramshan and Dhanakshayam. Move me from one place to other place. And also remove my money. But don't do Pranasandeha. Don't attack my life. He told, okay, he disappeared. I know. The duration time, he also told, within 1 month I will complete my job assigned by God. Then next day morning, I asked the servant, servant house duties, maid. I asked her, please stop. Before 1 month, I told, every paisa you should spend very carefully. After 1 month, I am going to get poverty. No money will come. And unfortunately or fortunately, on that day, my 7.5 years Shani is also starting in Gochara. Sadhe Sat San Shani. Actually, for 7.5 years, I suffered a lot of poverty. I resigned job, lot of quarrels, and so like that. But lot of difficulties came, and I evolved myself spiritually to the sky in those 7.5 years. Because every minute I was careful about God. Emergency period. So I developed a lot of devotion. So therefore, what is my anger and what is my pleasure? I alone know. Others are always in the reverse gear. See, all the people are in reverse gear, and I am in the correct gear. But all the people think that they are in the correct gear and I am in the reverse gear. Because majority is always the ruling, is it not? Majority is taken as right. Minority is always neglected. That is why when you see God Datta, he is always in the reverse gear. That is why nobody approaches God Datta. They will approach Lord Venkateshwara or Goddess Lakshmi or God Hanuman, Rama, Krishna. Never, nobody goes to Datta. Because he is always against you. Because you are always wrong and he is always correct. That is why. Though it is reverse gear, it is correct gear. Though majority are in a particular gear, it is wrong gear. And all of us think we are in the correct gear and he is in the wrong gear. So you have to understand that materialistic happiness will always lead you to fall, not only in the spiritual life, but also in the materialistic life. When you get materialistic happiness, ego will go up, pride will come, you will do several sins. So in the materialistic life also you are falling, not only spiritual life. So lot of material, extreme happiness in the materialistic line is always not good. Of course, extreme grief in the materialistic life also is not good. You are unable to face the torture. So anything extreme, anything excess is not good. It is better to be satisfied and get bliss with whatever you have. Always don't try to grow more materialistically. Recently, I think 1 week back, one devotee phoned to me from a foreign country. And that devotee's mother also came to me and asked the same issue. He also phoned to me. He purchased one house in Hyderabad. Now, he wants to take a loan on his salary and purchase a second house. I told him, if you have money in your hand, purchase second house. If you don't have money in your hand, don't make a loan and purchase a second house. Suppose some difficulties come in your job. You cannot pay the loan. Unnecessary difficulties will start. Of course, you have got money in your hand. To get rid of this money, you purchase a house. This money will bring a lot of problems. I am purchasing the second house to get rid of this money in hand, not for the sake of a second house. I don't want a second house, but money came into my hand. If I don't invest, if money is kept in my hand, so many problems will come. Government itself will become a problem. Relatives will become, you give some money, some. You won't give, you don't give, then they will become your enemies. So to get rid of the money that I got in my hand, this money, I am taking a property. But don't take a loan and get a property. Suppose something happens to your job. You can't pay the loan. Horrible situation. Unnecessarily you are bringing the problems for yourself. First, if all the money is in your hand, you purchase because this money will create a problem. That house will not create so much problem. You never. The first house you have purchased because you have got money. Second house you want to purchase on loan. You are so much greedy on the materialistic line. That will bring difficulties. That devotee told us, Swami, are you telling? I know his horoscope. Are you telling based on the astrology of my horoscope? He asked. I am telling in the highest level. I am telling, not astrological level, not a common sense level. I am telling as God Datta. Because why I told God Datta? God Datta is Guru Datta. He makes a correct analysis. So what all I told to you is the correct analysis. So then he feared and dropped. that is our anxiety, our greediness to grow more and more materialistically. And when he dies, he doesn't take a single paisa with him. All the things he has to leave here. In such case, when you have to leave everything here, Why don't you be happy? Praying God, in the devotion of God, in the service of God. Huh? Why you bloody rascal you are craving for materialistic progress. You are the most idiot. All scoldings should be used for this one. Unnecessary. You see, whatever you have, you be happy with it. That is sanctioned by God. You will not lose it. And you want more and more in materialistic line only. What will you do? ఈ పాడి మీద ఏమన్నా వేసి కట్టకు చేసపోయి దానం చేస్తారా? చేయరు కదా. ఏం చేసుకుంటావు? And worryలో, in that anxiety, you have spoiled all your lifestyle in worry. You never thought of God. You never got the bliss of God. So you are the biggest fool. Let it come. By God's will, some money came to my hand. Okay, it is not good to keep money. I will invest and purchase it. That will not give so much trouble. That is okay. It is sanctioned by God. It is agreed by God. Why you are going on accumulating and accumulating? And all the life you were with grief only, with tension only, with worry only. Never you got happiness. No, not to speak of bliss. That comes from God. Happiness is absent. So like that.
Next question. We learned that you show anger on us only to reform us and uplift us. Can we pray you to always show anger on us?
See, twisting the concepts, human being is the greatest scholar. See, you are getting difficulties based on your deeds, your past deeds. When you are getting difficulties, you are praying me always continuously. So I show my grace on you because you are constantly worshipping me. So my grace means your difficulties means when you get difficulties, you will worship me and I grace you. That is the meaning. It's not the twisted. Reverse. According to your past deeds, you got difficulties. And when you get difficulties, you continuously worship me. Since you are continuously worship me, I show my grace on you. This is reversed. That means you will show grace only when I have difficulties. Even when you are happy, materialistically happy, then you will do sins. You will not fear, you will do sins. When you do sins, I will be angry on you. So, when you are angry on us, we get happiness. You reverse it. Is it that? Another thing also, the anger of God shows the extent of his love. See, suppose your child has a disease. You go to a doctor. He gives some tablets. It will take 1 week or 10 days to cure the disease. Suppose he gives injection. It will be cured in 1 or 2 days. Injection will give pain, but it will give lot of relief. You are saved quickly. I told one statement. To say that God is kindest and God has climax love on human beings, on souls, the proof for his highest kindness and love is the hell, not the heaven. hell shows that he is so anxious to put you in the hell and reform you quickly. The parents will take the child to doctor and ask him to give the injection so that the child will be cured quickly. Suppose the parents have no money, so much money to purchase an injection, then he will ask to give tablets. So who has the highest love on the child? The parents will request the doctor to give injection. But when injection is given, he cries. So that is why you think the pain of the injection is the anger of parents. It is not the anger. It is the love of the child. So the punishments given by God to souls show his climax love on human beings. He is so anxious to reform you as early as possible so that you will travel in the right path and reach the eternal bliss. So,
Next question. Are ego and selfishness dependent on each other? Which of them is most dangerous in the spiritual path?
selfishness is most dangerous than ego. Ego can be controlled. Selfishness can never be controlled. It is spontaneous. It is the inherent quality of the soul. So therefore, God doesn't like ego and selfishness. Both he doesn't like. But ego can be killed. Ego can be controlled. Selfishness cannot be controlled. So you divert that selfishness towards God. Loving yourself is selfishness. That selfishness you divert to God. అహంకారము నంతము చేసి మమకారమును మరల్చుమతది నారాయణుడు నటనము నాపి దారిని చూపు దరికి చేసి. You can kill ego. See, there are so many people who act very obedient. They are acting very obedient to get some benefit from you. Selfishness cannot be killed. Ego can be killed. So selfishness you divert to God, and ego you can kill. Because in every worship, it is only selfishness. The basis, the foundation of every worship is only selfishness. That is, you are avoiding ego there. You are putting so many namaskarams, sastanga pranams to God. There is no ego. You give me that fruit. Selfishness cannot be controlled. Selfishness cannot be killed. So the selfishness means attraction towards the fruit. You divert it to God instead of fruit, keep God there in the place of fruit. Ego can be controlled. Very easily it can be controlled.
Next question is from Srimati Chanda Chandra Garu. Question is as follows. Pada Namaskaram Swami. May I get many more opportunities to wish my Lord a very happy birthday in human form like today. You made our lives sacred by showering your special knowledge even to a very ordinary soul like me. On this very special day, can I request you to kindly tell about the conversation between Saktuprastha and Lord in human form at the time of his texting? Saktuprastha's action certainly clears his proper understanding of knowledge, but a person like me wants to know what was the hint or conversation or sentence that directed him to identify the God without fail. Always at your divine lotus feet, Swami Chanda.
This already have answered in the knowledge. God always, when He comes to test you, there is always a small, very minute hint to you that He is God. Suppose that guest who came to Saktuprastha is not God, is a human being. See, Saktuprastha collected some small grain and he prepared food. He, his wife, son, and daughter-in-law. The four have divided that food into four parts. It was time of drought, and for the past 10-15 days they don't have food. So they have a lot of hunger. They are going to eat. At that time the guest came. Then this Saktuprastha gave his part of food to the guest. So what will happen? What is expected? There are three other more parts. These three parts they will be made as four parts and they will eat. That's what the family members will do. The guest asked for more food. His wife gave her part. This itself is too much. If he is a human being, seeing the situation, he should be satisfied with one part, 1/4 of the food. At least let the four people eat the other three parts. Okay, he asked another more food. His wife also gave. Now the remaining two parts will be made as four parts. He has taken two parts. Such a thing also will not be done by a human being. No beggar will. See, he knows the situation. They are without food for the past 10 days. Everybody is hunger, starving. And at least out of four parts of food, they gave one part of food. Let them eat the other three parts. If he is a human being, he will think like that. At the worst, at the maximum, two parts of food he will take, and the other two parts let others eat, let the four members. This fellow asked more food. Then they give three parts. I think such a guest will not be there in humanity. Definitely he is not human being. Is it not? Half of the food you have eaten. At least other half, four members will share. No human being will ask more food. Third part also, the son gave his part. Then he asked more food. Definitely he must be God. He is not a human being at all. Either he is a demon or God. So there is a hint. His test will be abnormal. The abnormality itself will give the hint that he is God. If he is ordinary human being, his test will not, maybe some abnormality may be present, but will not be such extreme abnormality. Extremely abnormal. Here, three parts of the food he ate, he is asking still for the fourth part. That no human being will do. His conscience will not allow him to do like that. Definitely it must be God Datta. He got a hint. He got a flash of the brain. Unless he is God Datta, he will not ask for such abnormal way. He will not be. So like that he got a hint. So this is the only conversation that took place between Saktuprastha and the guest. There is no other conversation. What film is such things are not there because it is a drought. Everybody is starving for food. So the conversation is only about the food. Nothing, no more other subject can be there.
Next question. Father Namaskaram Swami. In a situation where I have to select between two good, what should be my approach to make the final decision? May I be always at your divine lotus feet, Chanda.
See, when two goods are there, whichever is a better good, you must do it. And if there are three goods, whichever is the best you can take. If there is only one good, you have to follow that good. If there are two goods, analyze and see which is the better good. If there are three goods, analyze and find out the best good. Follow that best good. Very simple answer. Over to 32 questions. The age of Shankara. 32 years he lived. Adi Shankara lived for 32 years. Questions were also 32. And he also told Jnana is Jnanadeva Kaivalyam. Knowledge is the highest path. This is also knowledge.
उद्वेगरहिता संतोषरहिता शान्तिसमुद्रा श्रीदत्ता शान्तिसमुद्रा श्रीदत्ता शान्तिसमुद्रा श्रीदत्ता ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः.
Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that propagating divine spiritual knowledge pleases the Lord greatly. Jnana yajnena tenaham ishtasyamiti me matihi. Spiritual knowledge brings about permanent peace and harmony in the world. So join us in sharing this divine knowledge of Lord Datta and earn the highest grace of God. For more spiritual videos, visit our YouTube channel, Shri Datta Swami. For more discourses on true spiritual knowledge, visit the website www.universal-spirituality.org.